Hey guys, welcome back to the channel. So today I'm going to be sharing with you a recipe that is really versatile. You guys can make this 1,000 different ways. I've actually already made a video on this. So I'm going to be doing scalloped potatoes again, but this time I'm going to be adding poblano peppers and I'm going to be using mozzarella cheese rather than Colby Jack like I used last time. So this is a little bit of a different version, but I figured I would teach you guys how to make these. So let's go upstairs and let me get these things going. Alrighty guys, so for this recipe I'm going to be using 4 poblano peppers, 1 jalapeno pepper, 3 large russet potatoes, 1/4 of a yellow onion, or about 1/2 cup, 4 garlic cloves, 3 tablespoons of butter, 2 tablespoons of flour, 1 teaspoon each garlic pepper, onion powder, and oregano, 1 cup of whole milk, 1 ham steak, and about 1 pound of mozzarella cheese. Alright, so to get started, I'm just going to work on the ham steak. I'm just going to cut it into really small bite-sized pieces. So I'm just trimming off all of the fat, getting rid of all of that. You guys could save that and make some beans with it if you'd like. And then I'm just going to cut it up into really small pieces. You can see the size here. And then I'm just slicing through my onion, chopping that into little pieces, and mincing my garlic. Go ahead and get that into our pan. And I just have the butter, a little bit of olive oil, onions, garlic, and then I'm adding all of the seasonings to this. So you can see the ham is very wet. So this is why I want to just fry it just for a few minutes just to remove some of that moisture. And then I have my poblanos under my broiler on high, and I'm just charring the skin on those. So you just want to flip them over, keep moving them around, and then put them back in. For the potatoes, I'm just going to slice them super thin. If you guys buy a mandolin, it's a tool that helps you to slice vegetables uniformly, so that can help a lot if you guys are uncomfortable doing this with your knife. You just want to try to get them as thin as possible. And you can see they're all different sizes, but they'll work. I'm just going to add my cup of whole milk and a cup of water. And then I'm also going to add my chicken bouillon, and I did add my flour to that before the milk as well. For the peppers, we're just going to throw them into a plastic bag. We want these to steam so that it will help to release the skins. So we're going to leave that in there for about 15 minutes. And then you can go ahead and open the bag up, pull your peppers out, and then we're just going to scrape the skins off. You can do this a number of ways. You can either use a paper towel and just kind of rub the skin off. Or I really like to use a knife, so you're going to use the back of the knife, not the sharp part, and you're just going to kind of scrape it off, and this should help you to pull the skins off very easily. Poblanos have a very thin type of skin texture, and so it's edible, but you definitely want to try to get a little bit of that off, and you want to get all of the seeds out. So I'm just going to pull those out into the trash. Then I'm just going to stack the peppers up and slice them into long strips. Just be careful with them, they are kind of slimy and a little bit difficult to work with. And then you just want to go ahead and dice these into small pieces. I'm going to set those aside, and then I'm just going to go ahead and chop up my jalapeno. You just want to cut it into slices and then just dice it. If you guys wanted this to be a little bit spicier, you could just leave the seeds in the jalapeno, or you could even add 2 or 3 jalapenos to this if you'd like. So I'm just going to go ahead and oil my pan. The ham does dry the pan out a little bit, so you want to be sure that you add a nice layer of oil before you lay down your potatoes. So we're just putting in our first layer of potatoes. Just want to make sure it's nice and even, not overlapping too much. And then I'm just going to throw in my first layer of ham. As well as my first layer of chilies. Then I'm just using a mozzarella cheese today. You guys can use any cheese you like. Monterey Jack would be really good in this, or any kind of a Mexican melting cheese. So I'm just laying down one nice thin layer, and you want to just keep pushing it down to just kind of keep the layers even. I'm going to go ahead and add another layer of potatoes, my second layer of ham. Just want to make sure it's as even as possible. And then I'm going to go ahead and add in the rest of my chilies, and then I'm just pulling the onions out of the liquid that we made to go into the potatoes. I'm just going to put these kind of in the middle layer. So I'm just using a slotted spoon, and everything's going to get in there eventually, so it's really okay if you get the liquid in too. Then we're just going to put another layer of cheese. I'm using sliced cheese today, but you guys can use literally any type of cheese that you want, any type of cheese that you have. And then our third layer of potatoes. I'm just adding a little bit of fresh ground pepper and a little sprinkle of salt. And then I'm just going to pour the liquid over the potatoes. You guys want to cook these at 425 for about an hour and a half. We're going to cover them in foil. For the first hour, you want to keep them covered, and then for the last half hour, you can take the foil off. But just keep testing them with your fork, and when they're nice and soft, that's when they're ready. They're going to have a slightly brown top, and the potatoes should be cooked all the way through, and all of the liquid should be absorbed. And there they are. Poblano and ham scalloped potatoes. Alrighty guys, so that's the recipe. That is how you make the poblano ham and mozzarella scalloped potatoes. So they turned out great. They're really, really good. They're loaded with cheese. The thing with scalloped potatoes, you do need to let these cook for a very long time. These took about an hour and a half, and I left them uncovered for, I left them covered with foil for about the first hour, and then I removed the foil, and then I cooked them uncovered for the last half an hour. So, but you know, everyone's ovens are a little bit different, so just test them with your fork. They should be very, very soft. I'm such a meat and potatoes kind of a person. Like, it's just so comforting and just so delicious, and these potatoes are so cheesy. And the poblanos, I just absolutely love poblano peppers. They have such a great flavor. They're not spicy at all. If you guys wanted to make this spicier, you could definitely add some extra peppers, leave some of those seeds in there, or add a different kind of pepper even if you guys wanted to. So I love scalloped potatoes. Honestly, I make these all the time for my kids, and I know they're probably just sick of it, but I don't care because it's fast and it's easy. And most of the times I do have all of these things in my house, and so it's a great way to use up if you have like maybe extra cheese that you need to get rid of, any kind of extra meats. You could use bacon, you could use chicken, you could really put anything in these and they would be great. It's just amazing. They're so soft and so buttery. They're so good. They're just incredible. You guys see this little fried, like burnt cheese part? That's the money. That's the best part. And this is why it's really good to do this in your cast iron pan. It will happen in another pan, like in a glass baking dish, but you guys have to let these cook long enough. You just have to wait until all of that moisture is absorbed, and wait until the potatoes are really soft. You can just stick a fork in them and that goes right in without any type of resistance at all. They're really good for just like a quick and easy like weekday dinner. That's what I usually use them for, is we just have scalloped potatoes. I don't make them as a side. They're honestly so good. They're not too salty. They're absolutely perfect. You guys definitely give this recipe a try. They're so, so, so amazing. Put them down. All right, you guys, so that's it. If you guys like this video, please don't forget to give me a thumbs up on it and subscribe to my channel if you haven't already. Thank you so much to the people who have already been supporting me. This has been a lot of fun for me, and I'm really, really enjoying it. And also ring the notifications bell so that you guys can get updated every time I upload a new video. So thank you so much for watching, and you guys have a great night. And as always, much love. Bye-bye.